Hey guys, it's Ellen Brock, novel editor. Today we're going to talk about reactive scenes. So last time we talked about proactive scenes and how the structure is the goal, conflict, and then the resolution. Reactive scenes are a little bit different. So instead of starting with a goal, the reactive scene starts with a new piece of information or a new emotion that came out of the proactive scene or scenes that came before the reactive scene. So in the reactive scene, you have this new piece of information or this new emotion, then there's a debate or a conundrum, something the character is thinking through or considering, and then there will be the decision, what the character plans on doing, or how the character is going to move forward. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, after Harry, Ron, and Hermione escape from the three-headed dog and they see that it's standing on a trap door, they have a brief reactive scene. First, it starts with the new information, but Hermione had given Harry something else to think about as he climbed back into bed. The dog was guarding something. So the new information is followed up by a very brief debate or consideration of the meaning of this new information. What had Hagrid said? Gringotts was the safest place in the world for something you wanted to hide, except perhaps Hogwarts. So then we go from the debate to the decision of how the character is going to move forward. It looked as though Harry had found out where the grubby little package from Vault 713 was. So this whole reactive scene took just 5 sentences. Let's take a look at another short reactive scene from Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. In this scene, Oscar, the protagonist, just got back from the craft store where he took a note that his father left before his death that said the word black. The woman at the store suggested that black was probably a name, and Oscar almost immediately decides that he's going to visit every person with the name of Black. There's still a short debate or conundrum period in the reactive scene. I calculated that if I went to 2 every Saturday, which seemed possible, plus holidays, minus Hamlet rehearsals and other stuff like mineral and coin conventions, it would take me about 3 years to go through all of them, but I couldn't survive 3 years without knowing. So this is a good example of how the elements of the reactive scene don't necessarily have to occur in a specific order. Oscar has the plan that he's going to visit everybody named Black prior to the conundrum or the debate period, but we still get that sense that he considers, at least briefly, perhaps not following up on these names or perhaps not looking up everybody named Black, but he ultimately decides that he can't live without knowing. Both of the previous examples were relatively short reactive scenes, so let's take a look at a longer reactive scene from The Thing About Jellyfish by Allie Benjamin. So in this scene, Susie is out to dinner with her father, and she really wants to connect with him, but she remembers a time when she tried to connect with him and it didn't go very well because her father really just wanted to have small talk and she wanted to have a more serious conversation. So here's the debate period where Susie considers how she's going to move forward. What my dad wanted, I suspect, was the thing everybody seems to want, small talk. But I don't understand small talk. I don't even understand why it's called that, small talk, when it fills up so much space. So we get a sense here of Susie's conundrum, but her conundrum continues and we get an even more emotional reaction that gives us a better sense of how she might feel without having to directly tell the reader what the conundrum is or without having to be overt. Dumb old words that don't mean a thing. Dumb old words that fill up too much space. Dumb old words that sometimes end friendships forever. As the scene moves on, we eventually get her conclusion or her decision for what she's going to do. What, aren't you speaking to me tonight? Dad laughed like it was a joke. That's when I thought, what if I never made small talk again? While this scene may seem like a proactive scene because her father is involved, her father is actually not aware of her issues to any significant degree, and the entire debate or conundrum is taking place in her head. It's not a debate with her father, it's a debate with herself about how she's going to react. So that's what makes it a reactive scene instead of a proactive scene. So I think this is a great example because it demonstrates how the elements of the scene structure can be there without being overt, without sort of slapping the reader over the head with the different elements. It's still clear that there's a debate period, it's still clear that she makes a conclusion, and it does affect how she moves forward because she does decide to stop speaking, but ultimately it's not conveyed in this really clear, overt way like the other 2 examples. So I hope this video gave you a better idea of how reactive scenes work and how you might implement them in your novel. I will be back with more videos next week about chapter titles and dividing your novel into chapters, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I will continue to upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday throughout August. I'll also be hosting a free first page workshop on my blog. If you want to check that out, the link is in the description. Happy writing, guys!